Bonjour à tous et toutes, comment allez-vous? Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and French with Anubhav. If you have already subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon to get the latest updates. In today's class, we are slightly deviating from what we have been doing for the past few months. Today, we are taking a separate topic, which is partitive articles. Partitive articles in French. So I am dividing the whole topic into two videos. So this is the part one. So I'm taking up this topic because it's a requested video. A viewer has requested this video to be made, and don't think that on the journey will not be continued. Of course, it will be continued once I upload part two as well. From the next upload after part two, I will be continuing with Antigen again. So let's begin with today's topic: partitive articles in French. So, if we talk about what are these partitive articles, we will say that these articles refer to an unspecified quantity. Okay, so these articles, we are using partitive articles for unspecified quantity. Basically, unspecified quantity means that we can't count them in numbers. So for those nouns, we are using partitive articles. Okay, so if we do the translation of this, like if we translate them into English, to be honest, there is no exact alternative of partitive articles in English for partitive articles in French. So we translate these into the English words some or any. When do we say some or any? When we are not sure of the quantity, right? The exact quantity we don't know. We can just estimate about it. Similarly, partitive articles, the purpose is again the same as some and any as in English. Now, I would like to talk about some features of partitive articles. Let's rub it off. First one already discussed in the definition, that partitive articles are used for unspecified quantity. We know it very well. Another, these articles depend on the noun, sorry, on the gender and quantity of the noun for which this article is being used. Now, with the word quantity, I mean here that whether the noun is singular or plural, and with gender, I am referring to whether the noun is masculine or feminine. So the partitive article will depend on these two factors. And one more feature which is quite obvious, that it will come directly in front of a noun. Now in some cases it may happen that there is an adjective also in between, but that case also we will be discussing in my next video. So number one comes directly in front of the noun, number two used for unspecified quantity, and number three depends on the gender and quantity of the noun. Now I would like to talk about what all is there under partitive articles. Basically the types, or I don't have the exact word as such. Basically what all is there under partitive articles, right? Now, partitive articles is already discussed long time ago, but I did it in very brief. So I think it's better to discuss it in detail as well. So that video's link I am putting in the description box below. That video is mainly based on contracted articles in French, where I have talked about partitive articles in much brief. So you can give it a watch to that as well. So now let us discuss what all are included in partitive articles. Number one, du, due. Number two, de space la, the la. Number three, de l apostrophe. And number four we have des, day. So now let us discuss the usage of all four: due, the la, the l apostrophe, and day, des, day. For due, we use it for masculine singular. The la we use for, sorry, not m, it's f, feminine singular. Now the l apostrophe, this we use in case of vowel, but only in case of singular. If there's a noun beginning with a vowel and it's singular, irrespective of whether it's masculine or feminine, we will be putting del apostrophe, the l apostrophe. Okay. And lastly, we have they. They is simply for plural nouns, irrespective of whether that plural noun is a masculine plural, feminine plural, or it's a plural noun beginning with a vowel. So for all plural nouns, we use des. There are two more, de and the apostrophe, but that will be discussed shortly. As of now, we are discussing only four. So let's have one noun in front of each of them. So for due, we can write du pain. Pain is what? It's not to be pronounced like pain. It is pain. Pain is bread. So some bread. Translation will be some bread. Talking about second one, we have de la. For de la, we can write de la glace. Like in majority of the times, partitive articles, we are using it for food items basically, because we can't really measure the exact quantity all the time, right? It's not possible. So we can say like some ice cream, some bread, in that manner we can do. So de la glace, glace is ice cream. Okay, for the L apostrophe, let's take an example. The L apostrophe O, the low. Together it will be pronounced as the low. So the low translated as some water, and O simply is water. And lastly, let's take with day, simply OEUFS, oeufs. So days of. Of is eggs, plural of eggs, OEUFS. So days of some eggs. Fine. So the application of these articles mentioned over here will be discussed in detail in my next video. Today we are just discussing the basic concepts under partitive articles. Perfect. If we form some sentence, it can also be formed very well. If we form with the previously taken example, du pain, it would be like il achète du pain. He buys some bread. Similarly, if we want to make with glace, which is ice cream, we can say j'ai mangé de la glace hier soir. So I ate, it's in passé composé, I ate some ice cream yesterday evening. Now one point I would like to discuss is that like partitive articles are used when the noun is uncountable or it's unspecified quantity. But what to use when the noun is countable? We can count it. Then we use indefinite articles. Again, it's a topic already done in my videos. Do watch it. Link is in the description. Let's discuss in detail. Un, yun, they. They is common in both. Coincidence. They is for plural. Yun is for feminine singular, and is for masculine singular. Here we don't have a case like for vowel. So when it's specific, like the quantity is given, then we prefer using indefinite articles. These articles are discussed in detail in my indefinite articles video. Do watch it, it's present in the link below in the description box. Fine. Now I would like to discuss the last concept for today's video, but not for today's topic, which is negation. Negation containing partitive articles. Fine. Now basic negation and negative expressions both are there. The videos are in my channel. So again I will be putting their links. Basic negation and expressions also you may watch. It's helpful. So these 4 videos are like prerequisite for this video. So you must watch them if you haven't. All the links you will get in the description for sure. Okay, so negative. Let's read. If partitive article appears in an affirmative sentence and we are converting that into negative sentence. Okay, an affirmative is basically the general sentence, the positive ones, in which we are not putting any negation or that interrogation thing. It's affirmative, a simple sentence which we have. If there is a partitive article and then we are converting it into negative, then that partitive article will undergo a change. It will undergo a change in one more case when someone is asking somebody a question and that question contains partitive article and the opposite person is also answering using that noun with the partitive article, then also it undergoes the same change. Okay, so let's discuss what that change is. Du, the la, the L apostrophe and they. These 4 are the partitive articles which we have. They undergo a change and they become either de or the apostrophe. When we are converting an affirmative sentence into a negative, like the way you will be getting your questions in your exam, or when somebody asks some question and we are answering with that noun and partitive article, then also it will undergo a change. There's only one exception, but we will be discussing that shortly. As of now, let's discuss this much only. So these will be converted to the or the apostrophe. Mind it, it's irrespective of quantity and gender, this thing. Like even if there is a feminine noun after partitive article, it will remain the. If it is masculine, it will remain the. If it's plural, it will again remain the only. It won't be they. And similarly, if it's beginning with a vowel, irrespective of whether it's masculine, feminine or plural, we will be putting the apostrophe. I am taking 3 examples to make it clear. Okay, let's write then. Okay, so let's take some examples. Number 1. Voulez-vous de la viande? Do you want some meat? If your answer is no, then you will say no, je, or no. It can be answered in both ways. Je ne veux pas de la viande. De la. Will it come? No, it won't come. Because in negation, the partitive article changes to the. Similarly, let's take an example of plural. Avez-vous des cahiers? Avez-vous des cahiers? Right. Mm, avez-vous des cahiers? Fine. So the answer, if it's in no, let's answer it with nous. Nous n'avons pas de cahier. Be it plural, we will put the only. And now let's take an example containing a vowel. Fine. Je bois de l'eau. Je bois de l'eau. Fine, I drink some water. Now, if we are making it into negative, like affirmative converted into negative, an important question from examination point of view, then it's like je ne bois pas de l'eau. Not de l'eau, d'eau. D-E-L apostrophe reduced to do. Fine. And now coming to the exception. There is only one exception when it comes to negative or negation with partitive articles. These rules will be applicable to negative expressions as well. So the exception is être, simply être. If the verb être appears in the statement, in the negative statement, and that contains a partitive article, it will remain in that form only. We won't change it to de or d apostrophe. Right. Let's take an example. Ce sont des chocolats. These are some chocolates. If you need to make it into negative, then it would be ce ne sont pas des chocolats. See? It won't change because être is present in the statement. Hence, the partitive article will remain in its actual form. So, I would like to end here only for today's video. In my next video, we will be discussing application of partitive articles in detail. So as of now, I can say c'est tout pour aujourd'hui. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel Learn French with Anubhav. And if you have any doubt or suggestion, you may write that in the comment section below. You may also like my Facebook page by the same name, Learn French with Anubhav. Thanks for watching. Au revoir. N'oubliez pas que la langue française est l'amour. See you in partitive articles part 2.